of the 6th month of the year 2022. Enyumbre yet na say ewo June da etwato ekra no na sada no eye da sonko edema lawyers ene judges a wo oman Ghana na meka akusi yesi eye June bosome no da etwato crowd 1982 a enam so ema ajajefo nyensa now we're justices of the High Court of Republic of Ghana. Mamboy Fobi, Efa Kwambone so, Ekoche won anaju de sum, Ekoje won kra, edi free won sem. Na 40 years, ne lawyers and judges are ewo Ghana. Ye call Christ the King, na ye call commemoration a ceremony and as a church service at the Kaiwan say they are gone but they are not forgotten. Na ya as a phone so hunu ben and a sad than ya na a woho at the ye enkaye at the mayen. When we say lest we forget na ye can say yen kai and I say yenshe na ye remfi near esie na yahwesua hunu a ibenya ede efrim and the president of the Ghana Bar Association lawyer Yabuafo, he delivered very touching speech na oka a ode ekaye ye en central for ayete radio and television ye interviews na ye state your opinions ye for phone calls ye read the text messages osi a ye nkai na ye nhwe bibi kra ye free eba na ye nyina nhwe kwan be fa so a ye democracy enye perfect ye democracy e won challenges nenso the worst form of say democracy we no eno ena ye betimi ahyehye ni yie dia krakra ni yie na aboa yen enti enwumbre manya sa akwanya e wo Kessben television ene Kessben radio wona wo hwe yen ene wona wo tie yen na yenyina yen kai se ndia esiye ene ndia eto yen no yen ka se never again lest we forget ya ntimi anso ye democracy we na ya nkrakra no ya nkusakusa na ya anye ni yie na amboa ya nkasa na ya nhwe yi a ye bekwa akopue the political scientists ebeka say the state of nature where I will break down of law, rule of law and order na eba no sadia na yese unya drusa state of nature te send ya kom PNDC sha ase no ene AFRC abreso any other military regimes yenya na in that state of nature na nipa brabo I said the life of man becomes solitary, nasty, brutish and short. And I don't think say Ghana for yebepese yebeko sa tibia no biem where we will live in perpetual fear because our lives become solitary, nasty, brutish and short. Enti yenkai se ye awufusom ye enkai som edema Justice Fred Poku Sarkodie, Justice Cecilia Corantin Ado and Justice K.A. Japan one day oko ye form so mo ye matters eche so mo de omunkwa eto ho esum o my Ghana and I will nam so I would hwe ho nkwa ye ya kaden ene ye a de bebo ye democracy ho eban mema akwaba e de ba punch jumadi eso wo hwe e wo Kessben television utie e wo Kessben radio usan e hwe yen live e wo eye Facebook na enwumbre mene a lawyer for emienu na yɛtwetwe nkɔmmɔ afa ɔman Ghana ho. Honorable Lawyer Alfred Obeng-Boateng, a member of parliament for Bibiani Enwiaso Bekwai constituency. Now, he's been called to the bar. I'm so happy for him. Congratulations, Honorable. Now pepe. Na yenidi echire pa ye because sanya wa unimunia Mr. Stephen Boateng aka Kwabra Kessben na ono so was being called to the bar on the same day, so na ya dia yenidi echire pa eye yebo mu nyina abaso emamu trinkwa. Welcome to the profession. Because lawyer Chum Barima is also a legal practitioner and a member of the National Democratic Congress legal team.
Kessben 93.9 FM.
Yebeto ato adwen ede afa yema Ghana ho. Yebehwe to go or not to go to the Bretton Woods institution because IMF. Eden ye de ko situation edru baby a na akoye se upewu mpeu e wo se wokọ na wan kwa options ana alternatives ben ene wo ho ede ema wo enwumbre so wetie His Excellency the former President John Dramani Mahama sema oka enu se enye ni wo se ma abre so mo bọ mitri so se me de Ghana ko IMF ende tibia ye wom no se edru se wo se ye kwa amunya kokoduro na yentu sa na mo ne no ene beboa oman Ghana. Others have said say look Ghana for ye call IMF eno no in itself no enye solution to your problems. Ye to ye niema yi na ye ya adwen se ye nko IMF na mum said ye tie bia ye aye man ye be hihye na ye yi a we are capable of doing it. Are we at a stage I was say ye call IMF na empanyimfo edi enim na aye dian ma won se odi en beko ana se ye nyandru saate bia na ye was state still ye options say ye nko IMF enwumbre yatna se wo punch jumadi esui. We look at that issue dispassionately as citizens of Ghana na won so se wadwencha wo unsusu ya wo ana mpo se ye asembisa o de ba na ya kenkan we are afana nyina enso so ebetie. Now 1992 constitution, especially ohwe chapter 5 of the constitution na sa constitution chapter 5 enam the aye fam 2.9 any baby na ye free urban ti say no se wo behwe a your constitution no chapter 5 wo no se ye ka fundamental human rights are protected and guaranteed under chapter 5 of the 1992 constitution. Ye culture de gu pa freedoms no yensesa freedoms no eta ho and our rights no so no egu ho guaranteed under the constitution. The draw na no ye entrenched provisions say be ya intimi ensesa no to the detriment of the people. Bako any the right to express yourself. Na or right to also manifest that by say also obetimi aye oyecha na demonstration. Then yumbre ye behwe say wana na wachi woye demonstration arise for Ghana for demonstration a woye ye ho ensem ene ensema apipi no sen ena den susanso no etie edema yen a ye hwe constitution ye hwe public order act na ye de toto the conduct of one na wodi demonstrators no enim any one woye demonstration no say a measure up to send na ye hwehwe no ana ebiem ye behwe say a posifo a wo wasodie say wo boy en ho ban say e pese ye demonstration one conduct muntu a wotu ye ene sene a wo fa so a wo guard this demonstration we a measure up to a standard and IGP set e de ama won and a standard na yin so ye hwehwe edi free won ho ana eno so enwumbre ye behwe na yaka eno so ho nsem na ye che biem mpo se court de eno so a kopie court any appeal demonstrators no lawyers ekoye any application for stay of execution of the ruling high court emaye any say ya demonstration no aba na wiye no eno no na ebeye den if eno so wo ho asem bia you can also share your opinion or your view on that one. Be sure say what the rule cost say and then the last day say one link or ye Ghana card to your account. Now if you ochina kono, how do you access your account? Maybe nyanye media benim how tomorrow I'm also going to access my account. And you're deliberate, but to me I'm linking. So if I have to if me do now share him such na may serve notice I don't have access to my account tomorrow, so don't expect me do be too out now. That is just by the way. We will look at the implications or directive Bank of Ghana the MI any home and sense. Demonstrators raise the issue about e-levy. So by and clean or Ghana for who say e-levy no said the na ye no amfa enti sa amfa there yen withdraw na economic hardships Ghana ye wom sisi no who near say e be maintain e-levy and all that. We look at the economic situation vis-a-vis the global situation, global trends no saying and it's here na yesi na etu na ama yenjire na team de na yen ana say e might be wo ho a one day na ye we are worse off and I am paying for team ye den and I wo ye yen na wo ye ana Bamo akwa ba midinga de Ohene Gyan. Lawyer, thank you.
92.9 FM.
And I will say thank you too. Ebe info mama kwa ba biem.
Joso. Yeah.
Okay, so yes, I see, and I say in free lawyer chum berima ho, and being the 30th of June, na ya na ye Matthias Day, na dia a course so we send some penny for our copy ho or the etubia Reverend Campbell or can say deeper about forgiveness. I was so touched, and lawyer Yabua for president of the bar on so Nasema on so I was so touching. Na Mpanyinfua Okopio, His Excellency the President was there, the Vice President was there, Chief Justice was there, everybody fat side yema we humbiano na onyina so ewo ho ayekoyesa ufuso medim lest we forget and then I can therefore.
All right. Thank you, Senior. Did kind much and then the first day 101 say Asia. Even though from afar, let me say I've known you from afar, but 101 day and then the education until the kind of come on. Na many peninsula on the owners of what journey on the man Yamana Kwaba into the profession. And having said that, and Chiankuma at here for an penny for Ajibre Etienne and Marie, our chicken bench and Omar so. Indeed, said okay, lest you forget. But Sabine Penin said Jamanica do it in Jamanica. Nemo you to the end and forgetting I think it's something that is going to be very difficult, especially to the family Noah. O Madishi and a toy, said Dano. Say if I can say main Kasa Medici be from the Mentibida, I mean the business back with be a couple of Nemo see Jai Sebia, Jai the and I said the one from Swatch out there, it may come. And indeed, I did back when I can say, oh, I come say, yeah, Nabaya, and so far, and say, Sabita Fracture, 1 yard, and now when you try can say, Sabi, who air 12 professor, and that's what we do clear through in some day. We've not experienced it, we don't want to experience one. But it's something that will be grand country, what we be say, and for our learned judges to have gone through that kind of death, no. Indeed, and any rational thinking human being and be praised say the final course was Abraham. And that is one reason I always stand by the point to say we need not to allow anything to compromise the role of the judiciary. If you say, Parliament bejima Diego, executive bejima Diego, but the judiciary there, no cranny, they are the unelected arm, and one more day, one more tenacity down there, it is for the betterment of every citizen. Ghana Nimba, even those who are not even Ghanaians. So judiciary no cost to once you come to Ghana, said then Adoba Ghana, said the word of no. So judiciary no honor etiapona no more than Jinana said they say Jinaswa. It is for our own interest and our own good. And inti Nabayan Kaida no, the big Jinas say Sabi Abushia Madishia Tos Abreno, Yamoyako. Na said okay for the Campbell I can be. And I will just reiterate on his own words to say, I check. To say, the original can say, Munyamaninka. But about who I can touch on say, Momo, what this would make a year from, especially the pain of it. A be free with him. Na yet me a concanny. Nay, I'm sure, sir. Sabren is see, you know, a chadia, but the beings are repeating whom you. Unfortunately, some few years back, we had an incident in Kumasi. Some young men bumped into a sitting court to misbehave. Let me use the word. A sign of, indiscipline. Even though one they didn't yield to a point, say, judge or tell you, pray no, and I said, you didn't them be a year. Now, so no, Sabi, remember the number. Si ankasenti no no se bia na nam no so bia no bia ye no bia akɔhwɛ so bi na kono so da akɔ repeat bia fi na no de ne akɔfa nsusan so bia na ye expect na de akɔba na ba yesa na no de ne bi. So mpanifo se bia ka funu ne ka madampan. We urge each and every citizen say we need to give credence and respect to that institution, especially the judiciary. Say them ka you know, because the other two arms in there say they nyina enimu no, they are elected arms, and one way or the other they can be no more. You constitutionally it get to a point that they are no more, and they have to be re-elected, and it's on again. But you can't say judiciary, no more until almost no. I think you go election for us. I got to solve for no. So one day, you know, every single day, and for that reason, their presence and existence is for our own good. And the only word I'll end say, my busiani na yako na decide for a kind, you know. Forgiveness is very important because sometimes one forbid the influence one channel. I didn't go and show the important order that you because some person will be in your money. Salmon, San Bible can see a person being for influence one chair. Yeah, and then now see as you cancel the back on the head. Eddie can't channel. And that's the only word you can ask for or can call for because Sabi, ain't mean fact those souls now actually a man come be a man in ye. Now, go on one was say to me. Yeah, you need so the only word we can say now, as we are recalling on their events and their presence or whatever, or their existence, and they say, I check, but what this will become a few.
Okay.
Now, yet me a quack.
Okay.
Me that's it.
Me so me now see a lawyer chum berima and outino a sign if channel Kessben television and Kessben radio. Menko a honorable lawyer Alfred Obin Boating na on same question me bisa on so lest we forget 40 years.
Yeah. Oh yeah, say mechia ona achia minu yen so. Na me sign achia me constituency so. Bibi eni ahwan so be kwai fu nyira na machia me colleagues any leadership o so parliament. Na enchia ye party mpanyinfo so. Ne ye na Ghana fo do man ahye yensa. Yeah, sign achia. Mpanyinfo so mo judiciary and chair one mistake both lawyers and then those are the bench, you know. So yeah can say forgiveness say that is the word, and then one I think say 40 years they have families, not in particular both the families of the 3 judges and them say other retired army commander and so on and so forth, because I think we would because of almost positions in Timpo and ma ihune kese, but there were many others no so innocent. They were not tried in any way. They were not found guilty. They were equally, brutally murdered. Said the omukoye no. Minti we mu die no esi no. Judges koye no. Minti ne nyina ebeka said the minu kan ye na say pain is very painful. Yes, say bimpa onyare ye na wu na it's a pain no. But say we are innocent na onye bone said the nyina yinim say Jesus Christ na onye bone bia na ekum no nti ama several years and so still na ohwe isu mfonia na that is where the touch come from. Say why such innocent person quite so I signed omo didn't fast the same thing na yeah mami ni ye papa mu so efo mu na say omo abusuafo nkanka omo mma da bia aya na enua enya ye party panyini ye former general secretary kwabena je Japan bedru ha na ni dini aba ye nyina etrim ono so ye manu man ya akobiem so ono ti ase na at that young age no ye nyina at that time na we say ye nyina ni so inti at that time we couldn't feel it. Said the ono na ono ne papa eka ho nti ye besre say oma yenyai ono so matie no in particular matie in several interviews and feel say at this time no Jai has been able to move on yamia da romance, so he has achieved a lot. Your party no munso na ye besre say see nyina no o signed in ho ebi kura kan democracy no akaba kan se me kwatena bridge kura me ntranga na ha but mo no so be kan a party who on kwala bremu perhaps he also wanted to make a mark. He could do by bino and say no maybe anko ye and then say he's back fully to the party. That should be through her na union position for bia Mr. Party for say omien kai near to or papa when they were all fighting for the common cause of the nation, because democracy and a can say you protect democracy. Now, so we a judge now want to mean nice we are. You better any protecting. Me know, say maybe big cranny say the court say it will be the action is breaching the constitution. No, I say the corner judges are new boot and nice one. Then you bet me. It is such people no mu ye boda near same run ye no mu de to ya eku wiase no or mu kosafa sa painful death no ye yura emfi wo mu na ten say what the association Ghana Bar Association and the legal fraternity so yeah more say every year bia e kai mu no am feel say and also very rewarding, because we mun aya Ghana into me ma dodo na mpese aya no best sacrifice crowd ya more mine no say me ye politics ye bumisa be brain na uwie na kwatinifi ye kai umpo say bia obeye MP osom ye with the wild resources e develop constituency wo tache rantie ne maba kwa na ye ya ma ye de okwa no ti aya na no nyina eye Ibadan. If he say, your best revolution for say, omo fanche na omo cry be ya omo nyimfiri omo tim o say ne asi de 40 years the MGD say dodo na bi cry na trade no omo ti asimpa aka bia aka omo na trade debt cry dodo no de aka ye de aka aba tim say so the to so
okay so me da mu nyina ase say wa wo hye yen wa wo etie yen issues I raise enumbre or ho asem ebisa or ho asem ekam. Test line is 0550596929 or 0550567929. You can send us a text message 0550567929 or 0550596929. Just send us a message or WhatsApp message. We are self and I and so betty near our pese oka enumbre. yɛde no ato hɔ no sɛ na ɛdi kan ɛkaeɛ no sɛ yɛyɛ mpanyinfo a yɛda political party ano sɛ yɛyɛ lawyers sɛ yɛyɛ commentators sɛ yɛyɛ individuals sɛ obi biara yɛyɛ ɛwɔ ɔman biara no yɛnhwɛ yɛ conduct yie sɛ bɛyɛ a nkɔwiase no democracy no ɛna yɛbɛtumi ɛde abɔ ho baneɛ na ɛnkɔfa oyeni ne ɔhaw bi a ɛmfa ɛmbrɛ yɛfiri hɔ no yɛmbra ɛyɛ the right and freedom ɛne ɛno nsunsuanso a yɛwɔ ɛwɔ ɔman now what we arise for Ghana for a demonstration. The right to demonstrate is guaranteed under the Constitution. Now we so obey 48-hour demonstration continuous. Not just say na junior ka obey that demonstration. Police for anyone e bageni ya enko wiase no entiase menteme ho ase ebam e ma police for no e court. Emma court no ye no say okay demonstration no ebeko 8 a.m. na and 4 p.m. so na opese initially we use no was sano lawyers for the demonstrators assign say will call appeal against the ruling and a decision of the High Court until we file your friend appeal. And I was signing every application for stay of the execution. But demonstration also so echo so no not demonstrators and I say once I won there we file application for stay of the High Court ruling no a ma won to me say we be revert to said the na won acquire or person or fast so year one demonstration no police for no so say and yes sir until say Court of Appeal ever decide on the merit or otherwise of sir appeal no even the application for stay say ebe grant and as grant no we need to me say we revert to send ya na person or no bottom line at the other day the demonstration no cause so police for the demonstrators no edisiani ma e bi prepare police for no be prepare demonstrators be prepare ya chichi bi ene de keka ho enwumbre ye ba conduct of the demonstrators vis-a-vis and I see the conduct of the police I was so now will lead demonstrators na saying and ye who saying and ye fan chum me shall say in free ho who demonstration be okay but I'm sure say you observe what went on.
Of course
okay so impression about the conduct so far of the demonstrators and then the police.
Okay, that's it. Nearly kind on that angle, no, yeah, na a Honda, my minimum who's in chain as a lawyer, and I'm dealing with it as someone who has been with the police before.
Okay,
I'm a former police officer.
Okay,
intimate no to I mean, the number more, sorry. Was some kind of understanding when it comes to dealing with a crowd or mob. Okay, in whatever sense you may put it. Now, as you've rightly indicated, no, and of course, and Nabia Abasenekro, say Kuya Boom, arise for Ghana for any argument publisher on by demonstration, yeah, na Sanen na Umadrim Ponimuno, the two police and must know say by law, no public or that indicates, say, I was say, we kind, I mean, we born 1 year and no more. I mean, if they have issues against that, they will let you know. And some more kind of fadia, then the only avenue for them is some court. Now, one more court, do almost some court to court, and the court back no. In Nadia Bayajuma. And as I've indicated here earlier, no, judiciary India, there might be any buyer from one. I'm not saying this because I'm a lawyer there, but it's an institution that is our last resort. No dear, the government be institution be an buyer from one, not the judiciary. And for that reason, say a court not the court can be ano. We need to be answered. There was and found no sika or any one pursue upon way will be able to study Edma. And as you said, police for at the dire minutes echo court. Sir, Mr. Onoma Kasa wa demu na asenti ase bi nya dwuma efa ne ma ko mi bi ho. So they went to court. Court no so looking at the urgent nature of the issue no one year no nhwehan trans mu na epentem edid yourself to edito ye. Ne what decision ba bontinka so no as you said is you right. Constitutionally enshrined and you know on can say or can say monko demonstration. Monko the court view no na can say from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. also. And indeed, as you said, after that, counsels for the respondents then apply for, they put in an application for an appeal alongside a stay of execution. And no we mono in common demonstration no ade chen ne branda so aba anapabe no see another social media and started when the pictures and videos were coming up gradually. To say I'm pampa ade no aba enti the wiem kakra afeyete yes I went to social media ebiem adam hu say I'm seeing as a Manford Dimrika. So it just prompted me to start take my time and follow. Then I was to me what is that must be a from us the copy say. There have been a misunderstanding between protesters and police regarding the route that they want to use. I think they wanted to use the main your friend is saying ring road. And then at some point, police now block certain part of the ring road. Say, "One more cross." And I'm running when so decided to one more cross. Say stretch no. And that's the police statement. I'm making my phone back. Said they wanted to go use that route to the Jubilee House or through the Jubilee House area, and they were preventing them. But the next day, now, if the essence of this whole thing was to prevent them from going through the Jubilee House, now the next day in there, they were allowed to use that place. So to take it up, and then I asked myself, couldn't we have been reasonable at some point? Because the police, the protesters, and Nana Mekasibo station, we said the police cannot deal with the entire protesters in Nara. You can only deal with their leaders. And the leaders will have a way of communicating to their members for them to agree to your point or disagree with you. And to be deal with the leading. And I said the leaders. How did you deal with them in Sia? Gas. And several unprofessional acts came up. I saw a video. Now I think it's a Rasta or something. I mean, it's a Rasta guy be. Now police for action junior rank CB, I think one corporal and some constables be I think they were putting him to search as an almost section or something. We asked another senior police officer I could chain na some wham. Then I asked myself, so to the point media, those days constables no front nowadays throw no bonny or the giddy. Now so senior officer there. What the open a second plan bimbo ye? Now what's here? Now open a civilian Sunday to me officer why? Because who video know me what did be another Yaman Brosua. He wasn't struggling with the police. I think he was just talking across to somebody or something. And he has us to throw a call.
Was it after the tear gas?
I think after tear gas incident, I'm very sure say
well, police for no superior pre-prapa and police for not your version say this unprovoked attacks on them and a rainy Obama P pre-plan. That was what prompted this tear gas issue. Yes.
When the meaning of I say, 7 pennies will be a cup of pie. Yet them you mean what will make us start throwing this bottle of water before us to you? What about I won't okay. So let's even take it on the ground and say the police for no air can put even though I disagree with them.
Okay.
But if I say air no correct. So I'm the phone started someone to abo. At the end, the mom started someone to abo. BBC India. I don't and the one can was them.
Okay.
So what does it? Something might have happened because were they crazy? Excuse me to say that. Are them mad people? They are not. And Woman to sorry for and say, yeah, 2 payment blocks. I'm told say a bit payments in 2 years to 2 at the about 2 or something. I mean, they wouldn't just do that without any cost.
Now, if there's a course, and no my
I'm coming there.
Blocks and to move.
No, me something because I didn't see pa because my info me the say tear gas be say esu and I see a tear gas towards them when they were trying to force their way through no and as do barricade ni one of them say as I say they are blocking ye mam come no na gidi as I monko na tear gas at say ba so that also made them get furious and almost started saying almost the only means almost want to say bia see yes you take gas you talk back there and then bia there yes I'm not saying it is right but the Americans say BBC and son am more trouble
but what your police for versions so tear gas no by after say na enkrofo petrol omo diabo ebromo say
minimum is a police statement before that in fact I had the copies of the statement but unfortunately minimum all statements na when we issue 2 statements beyond 28 so minimum so 2 and back they were telling us about how many policemen I think they said 29 or 12 police officers EPRA their mom treatment with by their mobile van and they have been dispatched to the police hospital for further treatment but the question is if the police is giving us an update on Adia and senior are you supposed to just only report on police side EPRA and I said Adia be EPRA will be as okay.
Okay.
The point is that someone can be a because your mission there was to protect life and properties, not just police lives. And it's a whole report on lives that have been hurt or harmed or something. Also come both A and B, but nowhere in the police statement. Our police for the boss say A B and anybody acquire demonstration, a mummy and so 80 pie and as a BB. They didn't say anything about it. They only made emphasis on one Monko and one police car. Yadan National say yes. Your papa windscreen in that day. Upon no can was them. Does it mean some property in the say?
Okay.
I wasn't there, but maybe I say Monko property in the say, and I'm on the report of say other people's be everybody's be essay. Okay, so if that is the case, why aren't you mentioning that?
Okay, so on the assumption say I was said at the time when we issue statement, maybe or more idea as to number of people so are EPRA from the other side.
They know because the whole second income. No, they know because the whole second. You see, this demonstration, I saw me. I'm like I said, I'm a former police officer. I was driving through town, and me through Sankara, I saw certain ranks be a rank in one circumstance, and which is 1-star rank.
Okay.
Police who be 1-star and 1 star for me, one more cadet. College of 1 year course now by years.
Okay.
They are those who put on one, but I don't know a college rank.
Okay.
But me numbers and car have been whom you know on bottoms. Yeah, the college boy now no you're training now about one thing to come and guard demonstration.
Okay.
Wasn't it that? I'm to the sense to say even that day, the very Tuesday in Ukraine, some vanguard duties in Ukraine police for one. Yeah, the police phone now by so much. I mean, is it the first time about demonstration I go to Guma? The answer is capital no. So why do you have to do all this? Is it because because if you look at the statement of the IGP when he was addressing his own men at Tesano, before so women moved to the ground, so ocean the statement I would know the man any day see us in here. Say,
Bessia about hobby, the leadership are now lead this demonstration or conduct. Measure up to leadership. Saturday no and
I mean the very day of the event. No?
The very day of the event. No.
Okay.
Could have conduct no handle near my young me up preventing the CA. We'll come back and look
but the leadership that say a then you have to look at both the leadership of the police and as well as
of course. So the car police for the
all right.
Punch and I will share our Kessben television, will sign it or Kessben radio in Yumbre. Yet to check in Como Efa ne Nawachi is respect of demonstration, of course, so arise for Ghana and a home sense. About 1 hour we prepare 1 hour to one granted bail amount and all that. Because honorable a lawyer and not many share on this issue.
Yeah, senior, Medasi now. These issues we will know a bar. Some of us, we are so much worried. Say, your mind or your back compare. ɛna Ghana no so ayɛte no wohwɛ mu a yɛn nyinaa yɛ nipa baako. Ghana wokɔ every constituency yɛakyɛ mu into 275 constituency wokɔ every constituency a wobɛhu sɛ yɛn nyinaa NDC wɔ hɔ, CPP wɔ hɔ, MPP wɔ hɔ, various tribe, Ashanti, Sahwi, Nzema, yɛn nyinaa we live in each and every constituency wobɛhu bi a hɔ. Enti yɛn nuanom please for afɔ ɔmo deɛ sɛ ɔmo mmɔ yɛ ho ban. Yɛn ankasa nso a yɛn ka sɛ constitution nso ama yɛn ho kwan sɛ yɛntumi demonstrate no so no. Yɛ demonstration no sɛ yɛ demonstrate so for purpose o. Enti sɛ yɛyɛ demonstration no purpose kuro nti yɛ demonstration me feel say basically wopɛ sɛ wo present wo petition wopɛ sɛ ebia even yes ebi kura mpa o deɛ wopɛ sɛ there is political motivation bi kura na the Ohene say it being say a dumb baby Abba said they are not happy with the government to perhaps achieve something. This is not the first time. Now, me as I sit here, I must be frank with you.
Kessben 92.9.
Please for me. And yet we won't come. Because your time no, your position no. We be my nipa back one, a brand here back one young man. Womu tu nani, womu dear nani ye chiri kura na nini di mu a ba power ema obefa mu ewu ye that time na please IGP a ho no say free enough but bisa na ni mu edu kakra mi refinity alasa very good na no ye IGP at that time na ne ya wo ye man we mu ne say ye bibia ye ya ye bibia na ye wura fi ye ho me say no nema me nye happy both side omo leadership no I'm not happy with them to some extent say wokra mo dwene say yenye demonstration na adwe nyina no I mean anadwo no wa look at say ebi mu a mo koi mo nkofa ayi nkrofo a say bi omo ye kronkronkwan na mo de wo mbekọ they may be bad night bi omo natural kro bi ana kromfo bi ewo mu na omo take advantage of a demonstration no na omo akoye bibi eno kra mo nso mu leadership kra mu nim ho hwe ya na nka mo plans ho hwe ne omo de ba be hye mo na mo purpose na mo de demonstration po bi say na diverted to different thing altogether na ye de anadwo de ya mo pese om de famu to nchen so a ye please for so am so you are there to protect us no so no sometimes no sankamo be acting in a way bia ebe say ebe ha nipa ebe hate life bia a bit to extend American say maybe obi any 2 year yeah very good
one elderly man be no say e bo na na bo na ni ba ko apia basa it was means say one
very good enti say we no nyina no a new point be a demonstrators no so push mu to point be a some so you know mutum react here I na can yet necessary but the mahu ne say e hanu hu said e bi mu kra so hu wo mu profession bi mu enso adwene bi e wo mu tirim say once bi mu koye demonstration no o ma adwene ye o mu say demonstrators on be so o mu hete bi a current government enti no e bi wo so o mu so ye nye bibi na bia government who say yenso ye do no but then eno so koye no nipa na akopura no onye Ghana ni ana ena abikura government no kra so officials on kan say mun so mun call to that extent because we call to that extent kra obi nso be gina no nso mpo e dey hate government no so ene no ma kan judge see a meda wo mu no nsensemu yi no fi bia ya na nsem bi aba nipa trimo ba pet na nsem bi aba nipa tri so bi kra nipa ba mi nsem bi na ehye saa de na so ene afrofro nipa bibiri ti e be stress womu na profession no womu a ye train womu ye do womu iska train womu eduru ba bia stress womu de womu try as much as possible na womu nye na ma ayi bia emma because then ye meti hai between say enye me bakre bia mo fa ase bi na no so akodi mu bi na yakọ two-tier guys bi na kiri na akoye hwe stadium so no mo esi mere bi look at the lives womu ye hwere womu be knife we me na bi na edeba no nti no nso no enye na leadership nso am nso omo nso ombe frɛ sɛ ye bobo adoma no na yakwa demonstrate me say demonstration there let the purpose be seen and let the purpose be heard before say enye sɛ obi a the Kojubri house per se and ebema aye Kojubri house was say enye sɛ okɔ hɔ na ebema aban no ukojina baabi far away you can even go and stand at Nsawo mpo baabi ma ye hu dom say nipa bebrebe nyina are not happy with the maybe near air course or my mo aban no so so sensitive say obetie now I responded parliament mo ba ye amade too look at the way both a conduct or who they too I mean very impressive omo man nko sa na yensua lesson say both the police any ayi and a call to the end so a eba mu no so say the ye kan ya call to the last resort and then your parliament ye MPC kura so bi ha yan ni duru ba bi a e hwa na judicial ayi kura na executive no kura so no e duru ba bi de ha na eno so court hwa no be ko nti o de ho na ye last resort omoma ye mfa because the democracy judiciary ni mu a ye be there na democracy nkura ayadwuma because then your parliament you kura and same CC say even yan court yan test law no na yan the position
interpretations of 102 and 104 second near fan about cause I mean, can I say? I mean, at first, if you talk about quorum, you were only looking at. I mean, 102. But now you have now seen that there is another quorum in 104. There no one wasn't
chance to Justice Abdullahi.
But does it?
There's a chance to Justice Abdullahi.
Yes.
It's 1 million lesson in free SCC that then both demonstrators any police. Na can there be a demonstration as in be a I mean taking a normal performance sunlight no more the omonko well demonstrators and so mo yes ma some no amusum be say mo putu across no amanfo kra cause munim say wo koi enye obi o support mo kra no be kobi bebre enkobi ba mo kɔ na mo ye no nicely wo hwɛ me hwɛ foreign for no mo ye demonstration e bi kra ma o na obehu no mo address no mo nam ho just say in that solemn form no eno kra tum more touching since ye de obehu na the okɔ no so person ya say demonstration means say ba me say ye upbringing no we say wo school nyina if you say demonstration ye nko say nya you school rowdy you need to perhaps start education na ye interest say demonstration doesn't mean vandalism and other things.
Oh, the vandalism bana vandalism.
I want
you English word.
Where's that now, boy?
Do you vandalize? Do you vandalize?
Oh, we charge. Okay. No, but before that, you be free demonstrators. Let's look at this issue of say the leadership statements are not a free one, however. Say, look, your court successfully. The way that they were using, we have successfully filed application for stay, and because of say I filed stay in Tino, am I right to say? Route now previously now you canvas say be use now we can revert and use that route no and no enema one police for no what in time ya police for no cash ya or say no once I successfully near file application for stay no there it means say by judge na some more kind no enya adwuma biem enti revert to yen said the na you say you be demonstration na wo so asa menteme ho ase no ho na na e wa eventually no eko fasa adewe edibai but seriously no o file application for stay ye mu bi na ya dwen nya yen say a man right to say then you can now go back and do na now person ye before a police for no eko court for sa ruling na e buy no the question then is so we yes ade ni hia say court no court ade mbiem na court no eko kafa appeal no any application for stay na or the academic court. Lawyer.
I want that argument. Senior, my found yatiasi hona de. My found ko to Justice Akwa Mau.
Okay.
Landmark that is Landmark Limited and then Lakaini in 2001 Supreme Court of Ghana Law Report. Justice Akwa say now it is tried learning that an application for stay of execution presupposes that the order or decision in respect of which the stay is sought is capable of being executed by any of the known processes of execution. If an order or a decision is incapable of being executed, an application for stay cannot be applied in respect of it. So now the question is, was that order capable of being executed? If the answer is yes, then obviously the application for stay can also be executed. Now, having said this, the point is, I think this whole issue was about timing. I mean, the time that they can do the demonstration. If I'm right, I'm told initially, I think they had an initial time, and at some point, we changed the bus. I remember 4 or something. If I'm right.
Now overnight.
I think I could be 10 p.m. And then they will break and come the next morning or so. But not necessarily so stay throughout the whole night to the next day, because I think you intend to do it for 2 days. So I was wondering,
that was the initial position, but the money police for engaging or more do it up to 10. Okay. And then the court said police for no said a bit to challenge at the amount, and the court said they were because of the police for no full say. And the court to cry and freeze Bema or Mom, but the court said, or but up
to a particular time. And indeed, the Leonard Judge did well, said the mechanic earlier on, by not agreeing with the police, said, Mama Kokra. But she knowing, say, you're right. And so, you have a moment when you name woman, some officer better win a Bahamadia, and you make a better saying a bit more any money at large. But at the end of the day, any decision that the court takes, it's not just for the interest of the police, and then the interest of the demonstrators and the Nasibia leadership. But Ghana for you because nothing I can, many penny can. Sir, one more quiet demonstration that said one more pray. If you are not obedient, you been bound not so okay. One thing pushing back Kobe. But ni pra na chi na say eh say asoma si ko ya de we bi and I say na no police for ya one more uncle for be they didn't come in anticipation of that say
so far the update list about 15 of them
15 police officers
from 12 to 15
but say general then
well some records will say their leadership of the demonstrators by now no
and no na say the man I want them points no
well
so I want there and demonstrators leadership na say the man because then the day no a public event. So who are anything for the in charge of such events? Police.
Leadership.
No, but those leadership they were not acting. I mean, on their own accord. But I mean, their actions were done. Alongside with the police. So there's here. And if the police is giving us a report on life and property that they are supposed to protect, it's not just police lives. And both the life of even one ground demonstration
but to be fair to the police, let's look at the practical situation.
All right.
There's an incident.
Yes.
A man for a charge on the police. No problem. Maybe scenario.
Okay.
Because accounts don't say you videos.
Okay.
People were throwing stones from
indeed.
all angles. And then police for also they needed to protect Obankasa any other people. So Benfan said there has been an encounter. And the police for no encro for prepare no. What they want echo way for treatment. Okay. Now ordinary person na ebia tear gas e ba ya what prayer na say obi kra police ni e ba kra na odwane because of us say baba bechino. Don't forget police for no will also be arresting people.
Oh, they did. They did. Yeah,
of course. They did. So police ba will be agent will be trying to scatter will be scatter. So at that spell of the moment, say it will be difficult for the police to gather information about be adodoa will can demonstration no I be a prepare. But subsequently, the say be a Yananti say, ya do say ye call hospital, maybe we pra, we call hospital, now you take account that is fine. But at the on the spell of the moment, it would be fair to the police say then one my casualty from the other side.
Okay, do you know why I still stand on my grounds on that point? And they say a state institution like Ghana Ambulance Service, you involve you.
Okay.
And then me tea sister station back when we na me drive from Tema. Now when we interview Abraham Tibia, he's I'm told well, from every indication he works with that Ghana Ambulance Service and was at the I mean no okay woman with it
okay.
And he was citing instances of treaty non-police officers.
Okay.
You look at some demonstrators. It's now almost one okay. He mentioned those that they took to Kwalebu and those that they took to another hospital, I think Rage or something, or hospital I could be doing. But I heard so I'm saying the Nana Mekan was on the Kwalebu now, okay. And there were other ones beyond room quite houses and even some treaty or Mohara, so indeed, if the police wanted to know what has happened, who involved, the Ghana ambulance service,
the police.
Thank you. So if you want to know, sir, I can police for no one. There is a source to go to because their cars or their vans were parked there, the ambulances were parked there, no one treating for. So just here, the same way the police vans and the guy said it point blank. Said okay, you say police for any plan they were treated by their own van and was standby a medical van and they treated one police for they from Ghana ambulance service.
Of course,
it's one way you do umbrella money. The ordinary people and they don't buy and I said the civilians and they don't call Ghana ambulance for so I don't care who treats you and what I want to say that but my point is say having done that say your map an overview of the SCA. It shouldn't just be one side. Exactly.
Okay.
Because you are reporting to Ghanaians what has happened. In this whole country, and I say the and I say police for dunum and I say dumi and I pra muti woman nine woman no one corner and then I can police car saying yes and what. What of taxi driver vision oh not born you between mistakenly neck one in the car glass. What more human once. Okay, so say my account of life and properties there. My point is very simple.
The other Ghanaians or more like
exactly because
they should give
I don't know where that day no, and yet demonstrators don't want to protect you.
Okay,
you are protecting even those who are selling. One more time, one more. You'll be one my demonstration. You buy 100 years ago on your nibida. Why you know when on web boko? South one in no mistakenly be no driver now. Their life are also important. You are supposed to protect them as well.
Okay.
I could be going here about their own negligence. Police never or tear gas. No. I know the tear gas in one in Grove and the tear gas. No, in which you need band as a common. More police. Can you imagine?
Can you imagine? About no chapel Sima Adu. But maybe I have issue with the leaders now will lead the demonstration.
Okay.
Sir A. Bia. What the police for engagement and until I say Juma and Kasadi we see and it was unwarranted because my whole point was I was looking at it from a legal perspective. Say me feel say ruling Biaba mani any home. Now because of that and me call to the next level of the court hierarchy. Say me the prayer and consider the ruling. Now if you are overturning ruling in my favor. Now may apply for stay there, then we should all stay. Now me apply for stay. Now me apply for stay. Now we remember one thing say the very act now. Yes, my minion, I call for stay. And I have the right to do it. Now me cost so ya the we consumative here. They the court. Okay now. On the feet, no so quarter. Yeah. What are you going to do at the court now? Now that you have consummated the action itself, and you know also who are right to revert to status before some court. So this what the idea no yet demonstration now come back to court on the feet. Now I can say bend the court.
No, let's ask ourselves a very simple question here. The court wasn't against the action, i.e. the demonstration.
But specific aspects of the demonstration that like the routes are moving to any time.
Fine.
These two areas. So you are not happy with it. You have applied to a higher court say court no enhwe na on resisa sa decision no pending the determination of the appeal.
Yeah.
Now say uba back na we say na nka mefa kwa me nkroma cycle. And a court no say benfa obechi be lamte. Until once I'm apply for stay, no, it gives me right to come and use Kwame Nkrumah cycle. Then application for stay, no.
Yeah, senior. We want sa position. The position
I think that is what caused the problem.
Yeah, the position of the law on this is say, you know, those are the bench, you know, Supreme Court, and so they should look at it well because the demonstrators, you know, they are right in law. You see, you saying for and saying I use some to my advantage. I mean my constraints because almost me other opponent J injunction to you know and yes yet tell yeah
and I'm so valid
Thursday for Friday stay
of execution
so any freezy almost injunction and Saturday to me at toy because once you file the motion they say automatically be freezy order no until say court no
but
setting aside.
We I don't want to go in there. But you see,
because
no, but seriously, applications now can no, it is based on equitable principles.
Of course,
principles of equity.
Of course.
So equity no will not permit you to do the very thing I want court. Because he who comes to equity must
come with clean hands, of course.
And you know, want to me, enka say, what court to say, what apply to the court for a prayer, for the court to determine something. And then before that is determined, no, you then go and do the very act. And court. Then, of course, that application, no court, because it's a court to so empty orders. So at the end of the day, you know, that. You getting my point?
Yeah.
You might have done it. What get away because of say the same family thing and all that. But seriously, I mean that thing is problem. There's no problem with the law. You to our advantage, you know, na interpretation. I don't see no problem. Because seriously, executable and non-executable. The Supreme Court now, no, what they have said,
every order is executable.
What they have said, depending on the circumstance of the case, some orders that may on the face of it appear non-executable, no, because of the consequences, they may consider application for stay. That is the position now. So what is executable and non-executable no cry for now no
a discussion
debatable.
Right.
No, the court may depending on the situation
the facts surrounding the case.
Consider
all right.
But the question is so one who apply for stay of execution of an order beer does it give one the right to go and do the very thing idea application or pending nana. How can I mean if you do it? If you do it, then what's the essence of
honorable
question
issue?
Yeah.
The same thing about to meet parliament.
Exactly.
The same.
And now my speaker, I declare the seat vacant.
It drew point now. Nothing they still on filing addresses. Is it addresses? At the peace court now.
The sub-written submission.
Yes, written submission on filing. You know, there. That was the time of India. Or Muchumi can say free. And then he went back until say Supreme Court.
Of course, I heard there because already no oye MP and a court made decision say. Is no longer and declared that in the
good
and our court appeal against that decision
and file still as well.
No, see before the determination of my appeal, the court should stay say nullify my idea because of course all nullify we now declare the seat vacant. Now talk about who you know call appeal or when what happens.
Yes.
That is why irreparable damage might have ensued. And you know applier, obviously the other party will stay. But when we are one applicants now, we will be a court, a court order. Order no say previously now also be demonstrated up to maybe at 10 o'clock. My very sad and mama up to 8 o'clock. Or say 4 o'clock. We say that before 4 o'clock, no, men comfortable. So I'm going on appeal against that decision. In the meantime, no, I apply for stay so that police no will be restrained from making sure say omo and via chinchinia.
No, I mean no. Okay.
Wo na police for na go back to court. Wo na
you respondent na go back.
Wo na we respondent na wo no apply for stay.
Exactly.
What are you staying? The order
of the court.
Court na ye. Okay. So who apply for stay na ye nyan determine ye. Now see because of that interpretation is say now it gives you the right to go up to 10 o'clock. My point is say then the application now air pending no. What decide what determine you because court on the DMBM na court to beka. Are you getting the point I'm making? So all this interpretation to so what you are saying is say strategically no me person me ya idea me say my apply for stay but the other party inside gunechi na me makoye the very act ma apply for stay no be we are case closed because I didn't makoye wi now demonstration ya wi so application na air pending no what is the purpose of that application? It's no longer
senior judge the ya kan so assuming say the only thing say parliament the whole not ten there for long period na kan parliament nso ye be bosom yensan bi na yadwuma ba wi ya sa kono nso otumi benefit from the stay now
na stay no dey sa na e emfa ne say obi de ka and it's a stay there. I mean that is what it does. A holdy
every action that needs to be taken.
It holds it.
Yes.
It holds it. So it holds it. It doesn't give one the other party now will apply to the court the right to go and do the very things now what's the court no and share na on no.
No, but
that's where the challenge is.
No, but I'm saying you're going to say.
Okay. I think say yeah the alone
no problem.
But I personally think say that interpretation our lawyers they put it on this thing and it creates a problem because technically what now they say we call back to court not there now we call court because the very act what consummate theory and you call back to court to say okay my lord my application for stay now one kasa but
yeah but and just the application of stay and
appeal they say otios appeal
well I know yes it has become otios but the point is that they will still have to appear
to go what?
They will still have to appear
to go and do what?
All this appointment man so for future
court no
application
no
as future reference
so go for declaration and that's fine but I am
in the of course but yes I'm taking place a year then
call the prayer say so that the decision will not be rendered when you win. I will not be rendered negatory. One kasa will action or conduct that render the very way a negatory. And you don't go to be Marco Eden. Anyway, about on Chrome so let's look at it about on Chrome or Kessben Punch Juma die Esso said the Edika Kawajan Jones and was simply on these issues which me Eddie but ye free her now unless Obi was small point to be on this. Do you have anything on this one? Then straight away, I mean, let's go to economic issues, bread and butter issues. A champon and the late Skutu a champon, Ignatius Skutu a champon and Okan say obey any kun we na or can say or minum iodine. One of the bases or the year kunana ground said say democracy. A year one man one vote and translate into one man one bread. The only ballot box known for that democracy in the coffin, which is also not good for we. So let's look at bread and butter issues now. Economics kasa. Nebi can say so we have a debt to GDP ratio now. Now we say COVID-19 in Ukraine war ya abentino. Ratings say nya no kopɛ bosia kra ho ayedin and abenya bi kra interest ayede be jew no wan kasa no ayedin enunti ebeya internal mobilization so ayedin e de aman nti nke beya yenko IMF na ye no montrase se jaka de na ayedin nti mumbra na mbehwe na ye hu ya yebetimi aye na ba bi edru no den. Now ebi nso so aka say no a global situation enye Ghana nko a wokọ other country even one a won BBD kra mpo no sasabre wo ho kire won ma fuel sem ne inflation ne ade skyrocket e kọ na nima ma aye den enu ntimbre na mu aye den yen toto ye niema ye na yen susom kakra with time you betimi a triumph and I say betimi abatra IMF na yankasa ye di ekwi now what ye koba say aban ne IMF for AD and sawo so be interpreting it to mean say ye nhihye say ye beko IMF aban payimfo nkae say wo ye nhihye say beko IMF wo say wo the IMF for AD enkita ho. Now, and you break to go or not to go. What are the options? Economy, no homes and some in Ghana and Kwan as a global situation. Then ordinary Ghanaians, your complaint here, the home and send 0550 567929 or 0550 596929. You can send us a message. Be it text message or WhatsApp message na Mindy kan embobo kakra ma send aba respect to demonstration anyway no hona quickly no yembra economy no this one about say good evening to you lawyer, thank you. See Dunketia, Sami Jamfi and NDC, they think Ghana is theirs, so they can do whatever they like in Ghana. Aimless NDC wants to rule Ghana again in coming 2025. They should forget because they have nothing good for Ghanaians. Okay, you send this one from Sante Mampong, Newtown Methodist. Okay. This one says, please, lawyer, what's the meaning of stay of execution? Is bothering me too much. Please let the NDC know that whether demonstration or no demonstration, MPP is still breaking the 8. I am Blewe from Ifaso in the Jomoro Municipal. This one says, the man should be audible. The ordinary people as a team for the poor should be mindful of politicians. The reason being that the big men having guns with them to protect them. What about you? Did we see any child of the leaders? A word to the wise is enough. Ghana is not for the NDC. Elvis Kwaku Owusu Akuyase sends us this message. Now this one says KK Kaswa from American Town, Kinky House, aka Hawaba says, John something, you don't expect me to read this one. Mahama has already filled in Ghana. Mahama John, Ghana is not for you, it's not your property. So stop it. KK Kaswa sends us this one. KK, you know that certain words that was sent there, I will not read it. Good evening to you, lawyer. This is how the NDC won Ghanaians. Shame unto them. Adai Ebenezer Ajiringano sends us this message. Now, this one says, JD Opadimo from Kumasi Swami. Is it DJ Opadimo Kumasi Swami? It says it is God that make kings. So Nanado is a vessel for God purpose for Ghanaians. So Ghanaians should believe in him. Greetings to Chama Odino Kwakwapia and Alaji Baumia, Justin Kodua and Steve in team. This one says, hi, I just want to advise the power drunk politicians that power is like an army officer in the army uniform. The moment the uniform is hung up on the wall, nobody will salute you again. So power is not permanent. James for K Saba sends us this message. This one says, thank you, lawyer, but I'm asking Ghana police, why are they allowing NDC and John Mahama to misbehave in the country? Lawyer, what is wrong with the NDC and the former president in the country? Because their conduct is like primary four peoples which should not be allowed anymore. Nana Buajit Mudahine from Shidim sends us this message. This one says, lawyer, please tell the MPP rep to speak into the microphone. We cannot hear him. Oh, okay. Okay. Gideon from Taifa says, you have to mature your voice. This one says, lawyer, thank you. So do we have leaders in this country? Our institutions are not functioning. Police officer do what they like or in the name of politics. What have Ghanaians done wrong? Allah or Allah all the way. I am counting. Be quiet. So sending you this message. Now this one says, a Jambori Baba from Yamuase. The country led by Dr. Baumia is seriously sick and panting for air in the ICU. There is nothing that will prevent we have the men from going to the IMF. We are in the economy. We are in this economic woes and dilemma because of corruption, oversized government, and profligacy spending. Ghanaians need Messiah Mahama to rescue Ghana and Ghanaians from hardship. Hashtag Mahama Beba. Regards to lawyer Evans Amankwa, Dr. Frank Amwakohene, Captain Jabari, and Phyllis Manesian. Tomla Mankraso says, may God Almighty continue to bless JM, the visionary nation builder and king of infrastructure, for providing free advice to the corrupt, clueless, and failed Nana Baumia government to help solve the economic mess they have pushed Ghanaians into. Profligacy, reckless borrowing, creating, looting, and sharing, super incompetence, large government, selfless, and unnecessary travels on luxurious jets are the cause of the problem, but not COVID-19 and the Russian-Ukraine war. NPP never again, he says. Okay, so other messages, okay, let me 2 minutes and I will come to the studio. Good evening to you, lawyer. John Dramani Mahama and the NDC are behaving as if they are angels. He told us that our country coffers has left with bones, so they should give us a break. If it is them ruling us now, we would have bought fuel and more than what we are buying today. It says, greetings to Kennedy Ohene Gyan, incoming flag bearer of the MPP Camp 2024. Koba from Manso Dome Biposo sending us this message. Now, this one says, I am Kwame Awoche from Sefshi Bekwai. Lawyer, aren't we bound by the arms of government any longer? Can't the judiciary and executive bodies exercise their duty without some ruthless MPs from the opposition going contrary in our current dispensation? They always associate the other arms of government to this current administration for their rudeness and unconstitutional attitude. Ghanaians are sick and tired of their lawlessness and desperation for power behavior. Regards to Alfred Obeng Boateng, MP for Bibiani Enyaso Bekwai constituency, Honorable Paul Ando, first vice chairman of the MPP, and happy birthday to research and elections officer in the same constituency, Solomon Kwame Buama. You say, I'm level 1 minute. Lawyer, good evening to you. I am Felix from Ajamesu Bekwai. Nana has really failed Ghana, is ready for Alan Cash. This one says NPP has failed, Nanado has failed. Coming 2024, God willing, NPP will go to opposition and JM will come back to the Flagstaff House coming January 27, 2025. Lawyer, good evening to you. What time he gave us a leader, but you and this difficult time, if it were the former President Mahama era, we all Ghanaians would have died. This one says the economy is everywhere, but Ghana one is hell under Nanado. The economy is hard everywhere, but Ghana's one is hell under Nanado. You say no name attached to this one. Why not IMF? Because IMF will discipline them, and Nana can't both above any more. Kofi from Accra sends us this message. Okay, straight away to the studios now. You share the issue that I put on board. Other messages, I promise you, I'll find time and read some of the messages before we close. Now, you shall say a lawyer. You share the situation that we're in now. Some says a Drew situation. No, IMF. We don't have a choice. Others have said no. We can still manage the situation. Where do you stand?
All right. Medasi Bimsine. Now, I think, sir, I will rather start with a point that has been made by the former chairman for the Finance Committee in Parliament, Dr. Mark Asibeyewa. I say, go to IMF, e-levy is not the solution. He is the former chairman of Finance Committee in the just immediate past Parliament. And other Finance Committee, I know. Ebi Masati, the former MP for Asante Mampo, Honorable Adainimo, also calling for the same thing. Say we should go to IMF. But now, reasonably, one question I'll be able to say: at the end of my ase yekase IMF na say say bi abe say Bobby was jatabi as a hotin Indiana as obi aduane bi. Why are people afraid to go to IMF? IMF no a institution be a to create support or financial support for you or for every country. 190 countries now won't belong to them no. And that's almost show myself no. One purpose and somebody say we seek someone who was want to see we no. You are doing it in the rightful manner. Now, one other motivation said they are there to achieve or to help achieve sustainable growth and prosperity for every country. But you must say, Ghana, baby, is it the best time to go or we have to go later? And then I've read some articles. Now, most of them or most economists, I mean, my kind of opinions, you know, are of the opinion say, go now that you are briefing, not when you are kneeling. Because don't forget, says you can't see a con name Ponua, senior. And you see, you can't send anyone 2022, right? Or 1st July. So obviously, say a name of a code through Ponua is going to be somewhere 2023 made the whole baby. Getting to the end of 2023, and some of you get to come because they are going to call for so many things from you. You need to go and defend or buttress your point with so many things. No more shall say when the man are by the mudaho and as a mudaho. And son of woman wait me yet actually won't my amount do with me. But the museum was say, see a IMF na a quampa and I say quamboni. Going to IMF today, whether under the Nando's government or whatever government, I think is the best option. And I support the position of Honorable Marcus SB and the former MP for Mampong, Honorable Adainimo. I stand or I share the same opinion our mobile. This is my reason. Yeah, na abaya on checking the spending see. But we say at our native. O course could there be our man ice cream back. man yogurt back or the Fanta that's could be at a chairman. And now we decided to say the man Fanta was a cook now ice cream yogurt and I'm a supporter. We won't close one and the other. Because what tell us bambi I'm an and then watch it. So what they used to who they need to change. But so once someone need the same action doesn't always bring you, I mean, a good outcome. Sometimes there's a need for change. Yako IMF, the financial distress that we find ourselves now. Yes, they will put you to check, for instance, wage level, and as a wage bill. We care. Are you paying people? I mean, amounts be any reasonable? And I'm here as yabi. Wow, TV. As grass say to that day. Are those things reasonable? My complaining say yesika. Should we be paying those monies out to people? Or we need to cut those things off? IMF will check you and tell you. But you check you and yet that. So does you check you and that. We believe that it has become a policy. I know be at that free to by another. It's maybe chumba may what's now also, but now also the same thing. Sadly, I and 1 hand a day. But on no who say and no see a baby a could see our sickasm. So you need to cut it off. Sorry, okay, come in.
No, let me be say if it is about say ye cutting expenditure, na yet me enhance ye mobilization. Ye bet me as yen as Ghanaians. Say ye be corner IMF for na ashe yen say munkoye ni say, munkoye ni say. And say yan ka say be tutu ye ne magie. Na yetimi aye sa nneema no de wan na nke beboan
say ade anke ye betimi aya anke hadwen but an ntina me de akwala ketewa bi example no tribude bi aba wo de ahye na manaka abeka no ho enti ebi na de na wo so mo no kokupe no ebi na abotom na anyi ntia na akwala ne kan said on tia se mi am ba so mo bo bi ade bi kire mo UK me de ne ko park out me de ne ko di agro senior na yedu on hu ice cream van nti bi ya begina ho no so ice cream unfortunately me so me ne ko park no ma fa coins bi antum butum be head display akola display sem ho mi hu diri me to the sense that when you say we gina nche hu di akola ne ye na adne na ho meti because on twen kwa na ka me ko fa ska kura mra keke because na any fie nwa no so bro has to buy from me ba no so what I say ebi ne ye de and can you but the point is that will we get the courage to take that step to do it? The answer is no, because take for instance inflation. You can't was inflation cost inflation cost about so dollar exchange to CD. You can't was someone even where it was 3.72 now as a year as a result of bad governance according to the Nakufuado in 2016. So now I said and now me call bank dollar num 8 cities and no but if you should go to IMF today, IMF will let you put in measures that will ensure that inflation, but from ama cost one as number one. Number two, IMF be ensure say once you come in to IMF, you cut down wasteful expenditure or wasteful spending. Take for instance your presidential travel, your president travels at prep you to go and now do we really need to go and hire a private jet for the president to travel? And then you need other alternatives your president may use. Am I yet in the cut cost? What's spend the no? Because as Mr. Ghana and top presidential aircraft in Poda and I said jet in Poda. And like a president, I've seen presidents of this country, President Kufuor, President Mayo, President Mahama. They have traveled with other, commercial flights to whatever country that they are going to. Some people go by President Kufuor in the position as president. Some president Minka president Minka the kind of last trip was said Yokoba want to come be would be free me. What the American airline said Delta and a point. And one of the buyer we do tamak so utumni kabia so yamanako bobol ne yamanako tumni ka park so no credit by that airline was what he used. So what I say. So there are mediums or there are ways that we can cut the spendings that we are spending unnecessarily. Me see na I'm say brand yet ebiem see ko IMF na it will give the or to compel the government to limit certain things via enzoye then one the zeal to stop I've mentioned some. Enti ye hia obi no I mean am say benefits obi boko ma say bi obi pa pam na nye pra na opra wo ne mo hye ko mu de at this stage na ye hia obi obi tuma pa ya pam because you know challenge na ye was say no say yankebe ne yara any government that comes after 2025 or from 2025 is definitely going to go to IMF.
Okay. Beba Hobim, former President Mahama and so can say press abani nyakukodru na onko IMF de no enebe boy me babi mana baby say genuine call and I said because of near MPPD year NDC 2016 elections based on IMF no and most some person what the same thing abanyo tisiana me babi mana honorable here this to go or not to go yeah heard the situation if we say critical if we say possible we can do it with our own homegrown kind of measures
well
now was the casadin kakra
yeah say what can one say so far no yenkwa na me enko no bibia you need enough information because me dear cry apart from so na ya no who say say Gabi or traitor or trading or the microphone circulate say you know normal enko some sort of thing but the details of it no and na ke betumi ama some of us yet to me about out to ye say near doing the critical yenko unti information who here say mbami exactly our financial position team as of mine but based on SBA your boy can long before even ye levy others are also saying then it appears to me say bia na situation yet too good but say yeah kono de me hu ferry bia ewum say bi o yare na say doctor we no betumi ahwe yare na wokwa adene say oferi we na pana and then let's say bia so if the situation is critical na say ekode to me I don't see any issue bia with it but me can say ne kono so no o see sisi ano ye problem a global issue said the nyina yenim no covid ne tie bia covid-19 enya some negative impact global economy who are Ghana so we don't live in isolation over and the Ukraine war here and Ethiopia it has equally affected even the countries, the great nations, America, UK. I mean, with that buoyant economy, you know, and then you show more inflation. It been in 11 number. Ain't see that. Ain't problem now, but no yet be say ya mismanage economy no per se. Ain't let us have that at the back of our mind. Say, ye be beer. Atu wiase nyina na ye so ye kin wiase no enti se ye benya solution bi na ye kwa akopere a mo enko pre sa solution na going forward no so kakra some of us ye best ne say managing economy to me I always see it said ye o manage your business and o manage even wo fie no e through stage bia into me and cut it down certain expenditures expenditure bi wo ha eboa enye say ye bad me fa bibi this agenda 111 hospital 111 na besi esi no me am ti ha idea me feel say this is not the time I see could see 111 hospitals we dey mesre me am president and my son me am madam for vice president say they should go and review that thing. You see, ye nyina ye can party no ho. You see ye MPs. Enti udru ba bia nsem bi wa wo hu ne ye won kan no. Some of us nso say bi akwanya na ye nya ya. Former my ministers ni bi. But nyansa no so de ni ba akofo otrim. Some of us ye wo school far back. Me na ye kan omo yekum omo ne no anomba. Me papa wu ye. Na fe na me manya 3 months. Na mpati ma hu me papa. Grassing I struggle the choir. You know, some of us are track record. Back to university. You know, Quenya National Service cry. Yeah, you know, Quenya Churo book. No, yeah, Naso. Yeah, man. At least we have a whole brand. Our brand need to create to me. It is some of us. You know, I work party more. Sometimes they should. A woman say, yeah, what legislative arm of government. You know, there. You need executive arm, but yeah, MPP na mu na yewo. Enti ka dem kra na ye say wo mu a ebi anka ye Western of MPs na ka mpanyinfo Jubilee ye hia ye. Esi a crisis anan ye communicate na enu ma brief ye na ho nso de closed door ne nso ya kasa ne ya kire ya adwene because ebi o jansa ni fa afofo timo. Ebune bi e ma ya kwanya kwai na grofo ama ye kwai ma ya adwe nso no mark ye ja ho no. No kure na Ghana the politics SABB entra na eja mark kese ho so no ma bi wo ho at this time your platform so MP's platform I've said it over and over say see aye time because we say kra na ache iku say no ma ye tete say no ma nko ye ka say look ye buy I appear say we are biting more than we can chew and also you one of your problem and your bonnet you be see develop Ghana in 10 but I say hwe yes, so the size of our economy say between us sustaining development be say yen bebre within short time nana say yen to me enye dia yen say for rural sector say ya e bi anka ye nkro no mo rules no mo de ba bia yen gu quota and ye gu na ye ya this critical time enye say na ekotutu egu de o me enye patch so hu na yen fa entoto no ma so kakra ma yen build the economy e ye a kire yetumi egu ne ye but bia kwai no so cars ni ntumi nkɔ no so this is not the time one ɛsɛ yɛ kogu quota mum yɛ musu yɛ normal gravels no ne anya red graveling and cost no be kɔ form so ni nyina so car no betumi akɔ fanya people will not even complain na kyerɛ sɛ ni nyina yɛ use alternative means to reduce cost so because ya wone wo ma etifie wo papa adwuma asɛe is that the time one ese okopenti ufie nana so inside the yare enti ehon nti bi ese otumi prepare ye but ehon no de that time de jame fie no kra be 5 years na umpenti ya ensehwe na fight ase o papa no benya adwuma paaye ana mam nso adwuma income be ye then we start painting ti ye be stress say ye say ye tenase yie na komo use brains na ye one people na say ye one men no men de ye wo some of us ya no ma bebre din Ghana and outside ye wonkrofo bebre o me nyina ye mra on board na etumi solve problem na ye face no enye omo bi adwunu omo adwunu se omo wedini bi tete bi no kwan na bi a o betumi aboa
biti o support so asama ebi kan se adru critical stage e wo se na ye reshuffle na osesa phobia or face of the system no.
And the Sunday say what about
no, I'm asking the question.
Almost say if we are sitting, your friend is saying, "Hey, ade a wo ye ni da bia na say results ba ko na wu."
And na wonya.
Say yes, wo yes ade and results na obenya. Is if you want different results, things that ade na you say change
it not differently.
So they make you have to do it differently. Enti say yes say kakra wo mu. So Richard could be say obi ankotene fie ba wo through ministry we na kɔ ha eno kra tumma nkrofo tumi sanya confidence e wa ba papa we die ni say wa be hye ha die yenya na eno kra bi a wantwa hu no na at least yenya ya buy time kakra say ni nyina your strategy we may not necessarily say obi nkotene fie mpo but mo bi move around kakra de ehu say you know also tumi bite so but ni say you say edi panso de ade ba akoma wonu se umobi nso tena faako eche bebra no fan say ni fie akonwa eche na yen kan asem oma yenye saa no mani nyina na bi de ebi mu kra emma mu a ye wo nkrofo ho ye wo nkrofo track record at least ye wo MPC majority side nkwan 138 e wo mu a kokoso no wo Jubilee no nhia ye kokoso ofre ye nyina kogu ode a ye nyina kogu ode a say the leadership kwan come de wi a so account de yapon then ye kokoye den but at least from region
sectorial caucus
na ye nko na bo ma ye kwanya na ye nka na ebetumi ene mekan we obi be kan say ayi asem bi abeka bi etemase but this time ye ni sika ni se kwan bia ye kwa akoye ne adfata na ye kana na esi akobo bi agum mi kwan no so betumi ede gravel sunu agusu ayi nkakra you see oma yem building one day because yes ye ha no dos but let's look for alternative means edru ba bi ufie kura no ye ti akurasi kana ye ti enkuro mu no edru ba bi no na sika ni ho no ye di mpampuro na ye de bo ye dan so edru ba bi na ye adwuma na okoko ye ya no akoto roofing now dey abo eni nyina de ti eka economics ye economics akoji sika be bragu na ye spend no ba ketwa na awo no how we betun ya mani panso ho atom no eno na IMF e ko form ba they are not coming to do anything different omo ba say don't do this
that's it
so yenye sika ya na ye aba be yusu enti seka normal ye hu yare ni yie na kan wa frefra wo men na ye hie ase ya we fi san ke betumi ayeyi na say mo akwa akohia say ye kate eyi on say bi mu o makatua o mo enye 10% to me there sa we mun is that the solution
yes saying ababiem na ya hwe mamenko na yentie ne Ghana for eka edifa sa economy ene ho ensensemi and so a lawyer please Mr. President has to take us to the IMF for us to save our future because the way our leaders are using our money and destroying our economy, IMF is a better place for Ghana. Thank you, lawyer. The name is not here. This one says, good evening to you, lawyer. Ghana is not going to IMF for any economic bailout. We can manage our own resources. NDC and former President Mahama can't solve Ghana's problems. This one says, okay, I'm sorry, I cannot play audio at this time. If you send me a message, I can read. Good evening to you, lawyer. The opposition government is behaving as if it might behave differently other than what the ruling government is doing when it comes to power. Ekuya from Sinyane sends us this message. This one says, glory be to God that God has exposed Vice President. God has spoken for JM. When the fundamentals are weak, the will expose you from Newtown. Newtown, now the shareholder. That's why I read the Okay, good evening to you, lawyer. The time when civilians kill security personnel and also destroy public property must be over. We the youths must be reasonable and respectful. Where on this earth will you pebble stones? Will you use pebble stones on well-armed security personnel? It will be suicidal for me to die by a cast stone from the very persons I am armed to protect. Shia Abdallah Muhammad from Abdallah Mohammed from a Kumfi Techiman sends as this one. Nanado don't want to be checked, so he cannot go to IMF. You have not added any name to this one. This one says, good evening to you, lawyer. Please, I am very, very sick. Things are very hard for me as a NAPCO trainee. Please talk to our leaders for us. Jonathan from Takrady sends us this message. This one says, so some people can't speak like Ghanaians rather than be an NPP and NDC agents. I am Richard from Liberia camp. This one says, good evening to you, lawyer. Ghana is hot, so we don't need MPP again. JM, come help Ghana. Alaji Menka Pramso Bosomche sends us this message. This one says, I am James Amwani from Gaway. Okay, Jomro districts. If NDC were in power now, Ghana would have been sold for a long time. Dr. Kongu, MPP, all the way. You send us this message. This one says, good evening to you, lawyer. Please, can they help us to plead with Ghana Immigration Service officers at Newtown border near Hafasini in the Jomoro municipality to reduce the huge amount of money they charge travelers to and from La Côte d'Ivoire. Thank you. Kwajo, aka Half Asini. It's a nice way of reporting the people who are working there anyway. Lawyer, please. Good evening to you, and how are you doing? Please, I am Akuya, watching you live from Akim Oda in the Eastern region. Lawyer, how the system is going, it seems Ghanaians, people are not in Ghana here, then they saw doing NPP and DC. Kuya is not happy with party political issues. Hello, lawyer. I am Ibrahim Suleiman from Manje Time. The hardship we are experiencing is from our greedy and selfish politicians, both NDC and MPP, who only think of themselves, forgetting of the innocent citizens. I will want to remind them that we, the youth, will rise up against them. I'm sure in a very diplomatic manner. This one says, lawyer, please extend my greetings to my MP. We call him Approaches. Tell him to continue his good works in the constituency. May he be guided in his dealings by the Lord Almighty. Francis sends us this message. This one says, Honorable Lawyer Alfred Obimbuateng is a man. Kudos, Honorable Isaac Hinampong. Hinamponi electoral area. Okay, the name, I don't know if it is Hinamponi or Hinampong or one of them. Hinamponi. Okay, good evening to you, lawyer. I like the MP. These are the people we want in MPP. Okay, this one is sending us this one from Tanoso in Techiman. Wuche says sending us this one from Techiman. Good evening to you, lawyer. It is only a fool who does not change his mind. If MPP is going to IMF for bailout, what is wrong with it? NDC will stay in opposition forever. Listen from Zema English sends us this message. This one says, I am Sir Charles Agogo State Senior High School. If Akufo-Addo doesn't go to IMF, the economy of our country will get out of their hands. Now, this one says, Nana Kwajuba from Asokore Mampong. Going to IMF for bailout is not a shame. Bury your ego and forget about your political opponents and walk majestically to IMF to save the country. This one says, we have a very big problem in Ghana and our big men don't want to tell the truth. Ghanaians won't post too much in the country. Day in, day out, we hear about Commander-in-Chief, Director of Operations, and so on. My question is, what are they commanding and directing? There's something fundamentally wrong with our security system in the country. I'm really disappointed in the security system in Ghana. James K. Saba sends us this message, and this one says, good evening to you, lawyer. Please, I am Jamash, watching you live from Sefi Awaso. In fact, I like how my MP, Honorable Alfred Obing Boateng, is objective in his submission. He should keep it up because the truth must be told no matter the party one belongs to. This one says, okay, sorry, the audio, I cannot deal with it now. Good evening to you, lawyer. Were the demonstration a political protest or concerned citizens protest? Let's forget about those dirty politics and think about Mother Ghana. Long live Ghana. God bless concerned citizens. Lumo for Dozie voter region sends us this message. This one says, I am Exoa from Zolezu. Nanado won't keep everybody quiet because he's destroying our country. Okay, your that place is a wonderful place where you live on the river. I've been there once. So wonderful. Lawyer, if the government doesn't arrest Ofosu Ampofo for the comments he made, NDC will continue to misbehave. Nana Buaje Trimuda Henson's this message. Okay, we are left with 10 minutes, so let me come back to the studio. Now we can share about 3 minutes, and then I will use the 2 minutes to sign off. So 3 minutes, lawyer, let me give you 3 minutes. Let's look at the economic hardship people are complaining. Any global situation.
You see, senior, yeah, na me that argument, no, I refuse to share it. My reason is very simple, and I understand the COVID by we are seeing, I mean, for the very first time, my many friend, we matter say, I mean, we are seeing now, we are to look from one to be baby, on Nyanku Ekromo. Through COVID, yet is as a baby. Inti and a cross at the young by. But the point is that, Ush a might be the kind of impact in Yaw or Mosunua. Yeah, in Ghana, and baby out. But one no so no. So someone will say they are pushing through.
Is it not because we manage it well?
How do you manage it well? Yeah, and the science is managing it well. No? I disagree. But they make me a kind of being a Christian. Let me say, Yamina, I don't. So that's here. And be a idea no uncle said the binimu dear koye ya sebita frache. Look at the lives of Italy, I mean US ni that day. Sabina is it will be nipa. Crimination became the order at some point. Now say she been by first I'll say home. Yan could do something Ukraine Russia war. Yes, so as a result of that, inti ama grains crying to me Magana and inti I can't hear any Ghana, grains, cereals, 8 million on mine like Ghana. Really? Now, do you even have to export that from Ukraine or Russia? Ghana, I want to a brogo from Quebec in Yao. Dinas are sense I cannot to go from a topete. Mention to Musina, a country like this. Na yet bobu say we been talk out no one in Yongwanya. And you saw the brands and made serious net that in my crew. And we're happy to say this. To sum it up, IMF or no IMF, you see, as one of the what I'm saying, one way the government should just take the bitter pill today. Because, senior, we don't know what tomorrow holds. But a drop, yes, to throw bell on where then wouldn't in time and transfer answer. If the state now you want to say, from what I mean, people within the inner caucus, air 20, and then you can, I mean, touch lines, set some parliament mean can direct, among can direct a movement in trouble. Hey, and young be our last 2 terms, sorry, 2 months or say, sorry. 2 years akai Saudi no be say adwuma no edi o manager pepper so be say the next government baba no ebenya ahoto a ebebo yen chance people are suffering today and they will continue to suffer tomorrow.
Okay,
the tomorrow being the 2025 and beyond. Saudi say it say eney na wo de atwam finish abensia emu ne de say IMF no ho abehia said the no was be ebu efre said the honorable adanimu eka said the president Mahama eka ne that ho be hia de go because me I strongly believe say saban timi ko IMF no with that strict checks na IMF de bema ye no e bema yetimi have a sound financial strength as e ma yakopen mbuo bi afro bi hu a that soundness bema ni pedet mi ahwe anim ama obi ten na ya yakọ besia bombo a
the last 3 minutes on this the complaints of hardship and yes, global
yeah minia and then no member try na me kan kire me manfo say ahokyire ni Ghana na me ye atwa nkontompo obi a ahokyire aba but said the wa kan no ahokyire na ba ye no enye say ɛyɛ yɛn yaban say na akɔfa ahokyere bi aba ɛyɛ global problem ɔmo ama no ne nyum nyinaa ahokyere aka ɔmo nti yɛn nso yɛka ho bi ɛna yɛ ho ɛkyere yɛn I mean yɛka ho because we don't live in isolation yɛ kan wi ase ho nti ne aba no me feel sɛ aba awie yɛ sra ne sɛ deɛ sɛ IMF ɔmo hwɛ data na ɔhɔ no information ɔmo na ɔmo nim sika ɛwɔ yɛ coffers mu ne projections ɔmo yɛ nyina yɛ na meka yɛ no you need much information ti ɔmo details no so ɔmo hwɛ na yɛ too critical na ɛsɛ ɛkɔ IMF wa to me I'm not against IMF ɔmo kɔ a sɛdeɛ obiara ɛka no conditions na ɔmo de bɛma yɛn ɛnyɛ sɛ ɔmo kɔsa so much abrɛ yɛn of course ɛno bitumi aboa ama interim no yɛtumi anya bosia binom nso agyegye atu yɛ ka bi na going forward no ɔmo restrict yɛn from bi doing normal bi na yɛtumi ɛde economy no ɛgyina yie but deɛ me nso mɛsrɛ kakra ne sɛ ɛda IMF no IMF no aban no ayɛ adwuma bebree ne yɛayɛ no ɔma ɔmo yɛ mfa bebree mɛka ho yɛn complete ne yɛayɛ no nkakra na ɛhwɛ baabi wɔ hɔ a the problem no bi no wohwɛ railway sector yɛ ba yɛ ɛhɔ nko a hwɛ sɛ deɛ train kwan bebree yɛ no me feel say the normal bebree abom dodo yehia no nyinaa panka normal bi wa yɛhwɛ yɛ man yi akan sɛ man ho sɛ bi a wem de yɛbɛwi a 20 years time na yɛyɛ no nkakra yɛ sɛ de ne nyinaa bom saa pɛ na ma aban no bɛwie no na ɔkɔ local bank nso akɔgye bosia private sector no nso na would deprive or from get because bank bi a ban bɛgye ɔde bɛma aban na so ɔde bɛma private sector it is here ma private sector no nso wɔn nya access to funds na wɔn expand afa nkwalaa na adwuma tie na ɔhwɛ akwalaa bi apɛ adwuma yɛ NPC sei yɛsɛ yɛtiri so da bia yɛpɛ adwuma because first no so deɛ private sector I mean sɛ deɛ wɔ a wɔnim yi ɔhwɛ wɔ papa Kessben nnwuma those ɔfɛ nipa because wonyɛ sika na wɔde buebue bi aka ho na wɔde buebue bi aka ho ba sɛ banks no mma yɛ private sector ni sika now they ma buy nkwadi a na kyerɛ sɛ wo adwuma gyina ɛsenke na nkwala no so yi deprive o minti ye best sɛ ɔmo nhwɛ normal no mu sɛ ɛkɔ IMF ɛnyɛ ni we to me I don't see it as any way as yɛnkɔ na yɛnkɔ yɛn so a yɛsrɛ sɛ yɛayɛ normal no bebree ɔmo yɛnkate adwuma no ɛho hia adwuma no a ɛyɛ ne deɛ bɛka sɛ yɛhia na nka ɛnyɛ hospital 111 hospital yɛhia na mmom anwanim yɛyɛ ahokyere mmerɛ mu you scared be yes ade no ana na ebisa akɔgye bank sika no so anka eno so ese o gya bigum na private sector no so kɔgye no so no ye kɔgye ni nyina hɔ a na ebekwa na san aba weekend your front nti say so far
okay me that say so far okay I can do about 2 minutes of the messages. This one says okay, good evening to you, lawyer. Those Ghanaians who are suggesting that we should go to IMF are not prepared to pay taxes. They want the foreign government to use some of the taxes to support us. IMF is not Father Christmas. Hazel from Cape Coast sends us this message. Ghana will not join IMF today. Their conditionalities will even lead to the abolishment of free SHS. Nana appear to sense as this matter. One of the critical issues, so anyone said, IMF free SHS ne other flagship programs, omo ebema ya. Good evening to you, lawyer. Honorable Alfred Obim Boateng, you have hit the nail right on the head. This is not the time to build 111 hospitals and the rest. We have to manage the little we have. Greetings to Honorable Alfred Obim Boateng, BAB constituency. He says, this one says, I am Ohene Gyan from Sefshi Buako. I believe Ghana will we intend to do a self-check, a system devoid of conflicts of interest, bribery and corruption. Regards to my MP, Honorable Alfred Obim Boateng. The last one I will have to read this. Good evening. It says, I am Chiame Teria from Sefshi Ampenkuru, I agree with what you said. Please, the president need to do some reshuffling. Okay. Greetings to Honorable Alfred Obeng Boateng. So soon our time is up. I'll say thank you very much for staying with us up to this time. Unfortunately, time is up. So thank you so much, Honorable Alfred Obeng Boateng, Member of Parliament, BBNE Enyaso Bekwai Consensi MPP Member of Parliament, a legal practitioner and an entrepreneur. Lawyer Chumbarima is a member in the C legal team, a private legal practitioner. Meeting the Ohene Gyan lawyer. Thank you, and I'll say thank you to on behalf of my very, very hard working team, the producers. We say thank you so much for being with us. God willing, next week we will come and